Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I have a Game Boy Advance here that was sent in by a subscriber for repair. The problem with it is that the plastic slider on the volume potentiometer has completely broken off. It just doesn't appear to be there at all. Using the system, I can hear some faint audio. But trying to increase it is an exercise in futility. I'm already fairly certain the only reasonable answer here is going to be replacing that volume slider, but let's get a closer look inside. The battery cover is a Phillips screw, but the rest are tri-wing. I use a size 2.5 for both bits. With things in full view, it's confirmed that the slider piece is missing from the metal housing. This prevents us from adjusting the volume primarily because we can't physically interact with it, but also because that piece has fine metal contacts which modify the circuit voltage as you slide it up and down. Kind of similar to the power switch slider I'm showing now. Replacement is our only option. This part was rather tricky to find online and was actually identified by the subscriber I'm doing the fix for. Nice work, man. I'll put a link below if you need to pick one up yourself. Here, I'm about to desolder the old volume switch, and I start by adding flux. This time I use low melt solder, and as the name implies, it melts at a lower temperature than conventional leaded and lead-free solder. I think it's a bismuth tin alloy. Anyway, it makes it much easier to remove multi-pin components like this one since the solder stays in liquid phase for a generous amount of time. With the switch removed, we'll wick up the old solder remnants and clean up the area. Unfortunately, we lost pad number 4. It's not connected to the rest of the board and is easier to damage as a result. Fortunately, that also means it doesn't pose much of a problem for us since it serves no function other than a bit of strain relief. I attempt to position the new component and realize a small issue. There are these 2 alignment pins on the bottom of the switch which have no corresponding feature on the GBA main board. So the simple answer is just trimming them off with a side cutter. And then making sure the bottom is flat. Positioning the component again, I notice another small issue that the strain relief pins are not in the correct location for the pads on the board. But they look close enough to still make an effective solder connection. There's some solder already on the pins from the switch manufacturer, so I start by tacking down pin 3 and then walk around the rest of them with the soldering iron while applying downward pressure to ensure the switch lays flat. As I mentioned before, the strain relief pins are offset, so it takes a little bit of finesse to bridge each one over to its corresponding pad. And here's what the finished job looks like all cleaned up. Let's get it back together and see whether this new switch is good. Well, we definitely have volume now, and we can adjust it. There you have it. If you wanted to see how to replace the volume switch in your SP, you came to the right place. Maybe I should have said that at the beginning? Anywho, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care.